Hello, I'm Kads and welcome to today's video. So as promised, we are going to be pulling some Soulstones today for the Soul Chase. Hydra has reset, so I did get a fresh set of Mortal Soulstones as well as ran my Iron Twins for the day. So we have a grand total of 120 Mortals, 8 Immortal Soulstones. But before we jump into the summons, I do want to highlight one key difference between this Soul Chase and the previous iterations is that at 545 here, the Void Shard, so this is normally a Void Shard, was replaced by the Prism fragments here for this current summon pool going on. So I guess that's a plus or a minus depending on your perspective on the summon pool system, but that's the only reward that is different relative to historical precedent. And as per usual, this spreadsheet will be linked in the description box down below, which highlights all of the rates and points for getting Soulstones in a Soul Chase as well as a Soulstone Rush. And that's highlighted here specifically for the Soul Chase. And there you can see that we normally have a Void Shard at 545 points. And the main reason to talk about this spreadsheet is because you can see the calculated average amount of points in a chase that you should get on average per Soulstone you open. You won't always get these values. This is an average over an infinite sample size, so it should converge near these values per Soulstone, but you're not necessarily going to get 80 per 10 pop of Mortals, etc. for each of these types. So generally speaking, what I aim for is at least the first legendary tome, so 865 points, but we do have a few more Mortals than last time, which we'll talk about in a second here. So maybe we might be able to get all the way out to 1270, and obviously if we get some super good luck, we can potentially get a mythical tome, but I'm not banking on that one happening just this time. So let's talk numbers for a quick second. It has been 6 weeks since the last Soul Chase, as opposed to the regular cadence that's been established for at least the past 3 or 4 iterations that are 4 weeks apart. So as such, as you'd expect, we have more Mortal Soulstones than usual, and potentially more Immortals than usual as well. I would say that our typical average for the 4-week duration in between a Soul Chase gave me around 70 to 80 Mortal Soulstones on average, and then you can extrapolate from that. If we add half the time in between for 6 weeks relative to 4, we should be around halfway to another 70 or 80. So it puts us around, give or take a few, around 120. For the Immortal Soulstones, we are back at 8. Last time I was at 8 and we pulled 5 to no avail. I had a really rough RNG session last time, so hopefully we can make up for that with this one with all the extra Mortals we have. But so we're back up to 8, meaning I've gained 5 Immortal Soulstones in the past 6 weeks. So with the preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the summons. We've got the space, we've got some cash, and hopefully we make up for the bad luck we had last time. Let's get into this. 10 pops, one at a time. 65 tournament points is below average. Again, average is around 80. Or 8 per mortal, meaning that if we pull 10, we should get around 80 points on average. But of course, infinite sample size, meaning that you're not guaranteed to get that every single 10 pop here. So 3-star on Black Knight. I do think that's actually an upgrade to a different soul I have for Black Knight, so that is some good soul coins. 2-star Thylesia, I think that's less than the one I already have. And a 1-star for Woad Painted, so that helps her towards 2-star Miracle Heal, which will give her stats. And for you guys who tuned in to the high-level Sandoval guide, thanks for watching that video. Put a lot of time and effort into that one, and it's definitely popped off relative to normal videos on the channel. Woad Painted was an essential part of that team, so thanks for watching that video, and welcome to any new viewers and or subscribers. So let's keep it going here. Next 10 pop, 42, about half of the average. So this is not trending in the good direction at the start, which is exactly what happened last time, but I believe that we can recover from this. We got a bunch of rares, another legendary, White Dryad Nia. I think I already have a 1-star for her, so that's not an upgrade for me. Umatogi I do not use, and Jintoro I do not have. That might be another upgrade from like a 1-star to a 2-star. Either way, that is some good soul coins in the future. Next 10 pop, here we go, 169. There we go, twice the average. Okay. This is the one. This is the session where we will actually achieve the legendary tome, and that's probably why big bulk of points there for the 5-star Wuji. I do not use her, but nonetheless, high stars is a good amount of points, so we take those. 3-star on Seeker as well. Really good Demon Lord Clan Boss champion, as well as potentially in Faction Wars, maybe Hydra for some people if you need that provoke. On the A1, Duck the Pierce, I think I already have a blessing for him as well, but nonetheless, he's probably a champion I'd put Cruelty on because he has AoE decreased defense. In the last 10 hop before I have to go make some space, and we're back down to the trenches there, 36 points, so half the average, but it's okay. We got a big session on the last, or a big point amount on the last one, so this is well earned, so we're probably not going to see much here. A bunch of 1-star, 2-stars for some epics that I don't really use, although Skimphos I do have him built on my account. He's really useful for some of those challenge tournaments with like Demon Spawn only something, Fire Knight, for example, with his turn meter control and decreased speed. Okay, space has been created, so let's get right back into the action here with another set of 10 pops. 35 on the points is below the average. We're back below the average once again. Got a long braids, pretty cool arena champion. I recently built her in like Savage or Lethal. I haven't tested her out just yet, but I do want to use her as like a budget Rotos in the arena, so we'll see if that yields anything fruitful. Venusil, pretty decent healer if you really need him, but I don't use him on my account in Drojan. I forget what he does, which kind of tells you everything you need to know. And we have some lag. Okay, lag did not yield anything. 50 points, we're still below the average here. Legendary Soul, and it is Yakarl, who I already have at 1 star because I paid the 20 essence, or I paid the coins to get the essence. So that is unfortunately redundant, so we're going to sell that one for sure. Epics that I don't really use in Sinesha 1 star. I don't currently use her for anything, but she might come in handy for some future Curse City floor or something like that. It's about to reset in a few hours at the time of this recording, so we'll see if that yields anything. 1 star for Ornn. I did build him for the Curse City, so that was handy for a couple of floors, HP based something or other, so AoE poisons. Rain Beast, definitely do not use him. Super old school champion who used to be the terror of the arena before the UDK, before UDK. Another low, we're just lowballing at this one. Okay. Another Warden, don't use him. Talia, don't use. Cornelia, I already have like a 4 star or 3 star for her. We got, well, 2 Boyers. One of them might be, or well, the 3 star might be an upgrade. 2-star Cardinal, I think I already have that, and Zealotov 4-star, that's cool, but I don't use him either. All right, couple more 10 pops here, then we'll check in on where we are in the Soul Chase. If I had to guess from mental math, I would say we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 to 700, give or take, and of course, pending these next 4 10 pops. This one is not looking good. A couple of 2 stars for epics I don't use. Armina, in fairness, she does have AoE decreased defense. She's like a slightly more powerful war maiden, so I might need her in the Cursed City for certain floors. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition in subsequent rotations, but I already have a 4-star soul for her waiting, so the 2-star would definitely be sold for coins. 80, finally, we got just on the average. We got a 2-star Brachus, who I do not have. 1-star Yelagurna, who I do not use. 2-star Judge, who is very useful for secret rooms due to our hard, but I think I have higher than a 2-star Kel on the Strike. Do not even have that epic. Next one, 31 points, back down below the average. So I think overall we've been below the average. We did get that one 10 pop that was pretty good at the 170 points or whatever. Ambassador Lethalin has like that placeable taunt, which might be useful for a lot of people in the Shogun's Grove. Zakara again, Duck the Pierce, we already got that, and Fang Cleric. Not much to say about him. I think I need one more space here to do the last 10 pops, so we can do this live here. We can get rid of a couple of 1-stars that we're probably not going to use, and then we can pop right into the last 10 pop here at 58 points. So on average, definitely below the average. 1-star Ryan, or Rian. I say Rian the Conjurer. Do you guys say Ryan the Conjurer? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I think that's already what I have on her, so that's not an upgrade. 1-star Iron Brago, already have that one. 2-star Drang, that might be an upgrade. I do have a 1-star on him. I think I have like Intimidating Presence, so increases auras a little bit more than before. Sir Artemage, I used to use him in Faction Wars as one of my DPSs, but I switched him out for Rhonda, actually, the champion chaser, login reward champion. So he was downgraded to the vault of the retirees. So 2-star Rowan, I already have like a 3-star. And we already talked about Judge. Okay, so I went and checked on the Soul Chase tournament, and we are currently at 680 points, so slightly below where I thought we would be. And the first legendary tome is still at 865. So we have about 180 to go, and we do have 8 Mortal Soulstones. I think we're going to apply the same rule as last time, or I do want to keep some for next time. So we're probably going to pull up to 5, unless we get really close after 5, and then we might pull a little more. But we'll start off with a handful, but as soon as we get above 865, we're going to call it a day if we can get so lucky. So 185 points to go. Let's see if we can get that done. Starting it off terribly with 6. That is not a good start. That's a 3-star rare or 4-star rare for sure. Not a great start. Basically haven't moved the needle. 180 to go. 30 points for this one. Probably a high rare or low epic. High rare. This means that we're 150 away. We're not looking so hot. We kind of need an epic, like 3-star, 4-star. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Is this going to be a repeat of last time? We have more Mortal Soulstones, and we're doing worse than before. That is even more impressive. 150 points to go. 3. That's not what you want to see. That's a 3-star rare. Yeah, writing might be on the wall once again. We're going back to back, not getting the legendary tome out of the Soul Chase tournament. So I think we're gonna call it there. We got the 5. Hey, you know what? I will take that. Actually, that's like the saving grace of this session, where we get an upgrade to our 1-star road painted from earlier, meaning that she actually gets the HP from Miracle Heal. We'll actually do that one live here for you guys. There we go. And yeah, once again, writing is on the wall. RNG has forsaken us once again, so does not look like we're going to be able to get the legendary tome easily. This time we can double check, but I'm fairly confident that the math isn't mathing on that one. So yeah, we didn't get there. Bummer. That's a shame. So we missed out twice in a row in the past, I guess, 10 weeks combined. That we missed out on getting the first legendary tome from the Soul Chase tournament. Now, you could argue that there, on average, a Mortal Soulstone is 55-ish points per pull. And so there is a chance that in the next 3 I can get 100 and something, 120 points. But considering that the first 5 were about like 100, I'm not very confident in that magically turning around, but that is the nature of RNG. So we're going to call it there. Unfortunate that we missed this twice in a row, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. And of course, the other thing to note that we get from these types of sessions is we get a ton of Immortal Soul Essence in the form of Soul Coins, so the bank all of that. So we're basically there ready to buy another 4-star champion. But in my case, I'm saving up, or I've been waiting for a 3-star Harima Soul in the shop for weeks now, and it just has not popped up here. I am actually going to buy this Ronda one. We'll do that live. But yeah, I've been waiting for a 3-star Harima Soul, which is 120 of the Immortal Soul Essence, and it just has not popped up in the shop for weeks. And so I've been kind of buying a couple of other ones, 1-star, 2-stars here and there, waiting for that one. But once I do get that one, I will be saving the rest for another 300 to get a 4-star on my Harima. And lastly, as a bonus for you guys sticking around here till the end of the video, we do have 1 Prism shard to open, and let's see what we can get from that. Is it going to be our first legendary from a summon pool ever? And no, it's going to be a duplicate Deathless, so not much to say there. But one thing I do want to note here is that we are sitting pretty at 30 fragments, so we're just under the amount that would automatically summon. And for the sake of experiment, what I want to try and see in the tournaments here, we can look at the spider one that has ended recently, and I did not claim the top reward here of 20. So this is going to stay in this tournament thing until a few more days, and then it'll kick it to my inbox. And what I want to see is if it's going to automatically redeem it, or if I can claim it after the fact, because I would honestly like to sit here at 30 fragments and save that 20 for the next summon pool. So we'll see what happens over the next day and 20 hours, depending on which ends first. If the tournament ends and it kicks into the inventory, if it's automatically claimed, then I will just automatically get another summon at the end of this. Or if it goes to my inbox and I don't have to claim it, then we can just save 20 and be at 50 towards the next summon pool, which would be ideal, assuming the next summon pool is something I actually want to actively participate more in. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know how that pans out. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. We were participating in the Soul Chase. Unfortunately, to no avail. We did not get to the legendary tome twice in a row. Forsaken 2. I think that's what I'm going to call this video. Where's Liam Neeson when you need him? Let me know in the comment section down below if you participated in the Soul Chase tournament and what you were able to get from it. And hopefully you had much better luck than I did this go around. And as I sneak peeked, you might have noticed that the fusion or fragment summon for the Monster Hunter champion has started already, so stay tuned. Later today we'll have a fusion plan out there where we can go over the calendar, over the spreadsheet, as well as my plan to acquire her, because I do every fusion regardless of their quality. And if you want to know why, there's a video in the card above where I go into more detail about why I made that decision. But nonetheless, yes, stay tuned for that video coming out later today. As always, if you did find this video helpful, then be sure to hit that like button down below. And if you enjoyed the video much more than I did, then you can hit that subscribe button down below as well. Thanks for watching and have a good one.